Confidence without permission. How to show up before you feel ready. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Ife Oti, and this channel is all about what happens in the room. The room is not just a physical space. It is the spaces God opens, the opportunities you step into, the conversations that shift your life, the relationships that stretch you, and the levels of purpose you're being invited into. Here, we build identity, confidence, purpose, discipline, stewardship, and the kind of inner strength that helps you to show up in every room you are called into without shrinking, without hiding, without waiting for permission. And today is very personal to me because I'm a confidence coach. This is one of the key areas of my calling. I've seen many people, capable, gifted, intelligent people live beneath their God-given capability. Not because they are not good enough, but because they are waiting to feel ready. So this week, in our identity series, we're calling this Confidence Without Permission. How to show up before you feel ready. Confidence is built by action, not feelings. Feelings will fail you. I really want you to hear this. Confidence is built by action. Confidence is not a feeling you wait for. Confidence is a muscle you build. Confidence is an outcome of movement. It's not feeling. Feelings will fail you. If you're waiting to feel confident before you post, before you apply for that role, before you speak, before you ask, before you start doing what you're supposed to do, you will remain stuck. You will stay stuck. Because feelings often follow actions. They do not always lead. They do not always lead them. They don't lead. So today, I'm going to give you a rich teaching, but also something practical you can do today. And at the end, I'm going to give you your visibility action for this week. We don't just talk on this channel, we do. So, let's go. Why we wait for permission? Why do we wait for permission? Many of us are not waiting for confidence. We are waiting for permission. Why? Why are we waiting for someone else to give us permission to live the life that belongs to us? We're waiting for permission to be seen, permission to take up space, permission to go first, permission to lead, permission to speak your mouth. You're waiting for someone else to give you permission to speak. Permission to charge what we are worth. You know your worth, but we're waiting for someone to give us permission to charge our worth. Permission to be consistent. Permission to be bold. Why are we waiting for someone else to give us permission? And sometimes the person we are waiting on is not even in the room. It is a voice in your head from the past Might be a teacher, a parent, a friend, a previous failure, a comment that was made, a rejection that you faced, that voice in your head. So, I want to ask you a very direct question. Who are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? Because confidence without permission is when you decide, I am not waiting for anyone to validate what God has placed inside me. I am going to steward it. The real definition of confidence is not that you have all the answers. It's not that you're not afraid. So I want us to redefine what confidence is. Confidence is not loudness. Confidence is not perfection. Confidence is definitely not having no fear. Did you hear me? Confidence is trust. Confidence is trust in God. Trust in your growth process. Trust that you can learn. Trust that you can recover. Trust that you can handle discomfort. Biblically, in the Bible, confidence is connected to, courage and faith. God told us all through the Bible that He has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. This is from 2 Timothy 1:7. Notice, it does not say you will never feel fear. It says fear does not get to lead your life. If you look at Joshua 1:9, it says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God is with you. He is called Emmanuel, the God with us. So, biblically, confidence is not self-worship. It is God reliance. It is the decision that God is with me. Therefore, I can move. So how do we embrace the confidence cycle? I want you to write this down. Yeah, grab a pad and a pen, write this down. Clarity leads to courage. Courage leads to action. Action leads to evidence. Evidence builds confidence. This is the confidence cycle. This is why confidence grows after you move. Most people want confidence first, but the order is different. You move, you produce evidence, that builds confidence. You do not get confidence, then do the thing. You do the thing, then confidence arrives till you get that order. That's the cycle. That's how you build confidence. So, if your confidence is low, do not overthink it. Build evidence. The evidence will help you build confidence. Evidence is when you keep promises to yourself. Evidence is when you act even when it is uncomfortable. Evidence is when you do what you said you would do. You listed those tasks that you want to get through and you actually do them. And you can see, you have evidence that you've done that. This is why identity is so important. Because if you do not know who you you will keep negotiating with fear. I repeat, if you do not know who you are, you will keep negotiating with fear. But when you know who you are, you start acting like it. What is really under low confidence? Let's go deeper. Low confidence is often not low ability. It's not low ability. It's not that you cannot do it. Most times it is unresolved fear. Fear of judgment. Fear of being misunderstood. Fear of being seen. Fear of getting it wrong. Fear of rejection. Fear of success. Yes, success. You'll be amazed. Some people fear success because success increases responsibility. Success increases visibility. Success increases expectation. People expect more from you. To whom much is given, much is expected. So your nervous system will try to protect you by keeping you small. It's a protection mechanism within you. And the protection looks like procrastination, overthinking, overanalyzing, perfection, analysis paralysis, delay, hiding, even silence. Let me say this clearly. Please hear me. Perfection is fear wearing makeup. Fear wearing makeup. It looks responsible, but it is often a cover for avoidance. You're waiting for things to be perfect before you do them. It's just a mask. So if you have been saying, I just want to prepare a bit more, I just want to fix a few things, I just want to wait until it's perfect, I want you to gently ask yourself, am I preparing or am I hiding? When you're building confidence, confidence is identity plus repetition. If you look at most of my videos, I keep repeating, even though I speak quite slowly. It's repetition. So confidence is identity plus repetition. So here is another truth. Confidence is identity plus repetition. If you keep rehearsing hiding, you get better at hiding. If you keep rehearsing showing up, you get better at showing up. It's identity plus repetition. What you keep rehearsing, keep repeating. That's how you show up. This is why your actions matter. They shape your identity. You do not become confident by thinking confident thoughts alone. You become confident by practicing courageous behaviors. This is what shapes who you are, how you show up, how you step into that space, how you take up that opportunity. So I want to give you a simple tool I use with clients. It's what I call the 10-second push. When you feel resistance, right? Do not negotiate for 30 minutes. You feel the resistance. Don't negotiate for 30 minutes. Give yourself just 10 seconds. You count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you move. You count down 10 to 1, you move. You send that message, send the message. You make the call. You post the video. You ask the question. You apply for the role. You don't give it 30 minutes negotiating. No. 10 seconds. You put your name forward. This is because the first few seconds is where fear tries to win. If you move quickly, you break the cycle. If you give it time, fear settles in, and then you will not act. So 10 seconds, count down, 10 to 1, you move. Now let's look at confidence, what it looks like in different rooms. Let us make this real across different areas of life. First, let's look at the career room. Maybe you keep saying, I want a promotion, but you are not visible. You're excellent, but hidden. You deliver, but you do not speak. You contribute, but you do not position. I actually had a client who was an excellent solution architect. Her work was brilliant, but they told her she was not visible. Confidence without permission is when you share your work, speak in meetings, ask for feedback, apply for the role, and stop waiting for someone to notice you magically. Let's look at relationship and marriage and relationships room. Maybe you avoid hard conversation. You keep the peace, but you lose yourself. You do not express needs. You do not set boundaries. Confidence without permission is when you communicate with love and clarity. Not aggressive. You're not fighting anyone. You're not aggressive. You're not silent. You're just clear. You do it with love and clarity. You communicate. You don't die in silence in that marriage or that relationship. That's confidence without permission. Let's look at the money room. Maybe you do not feel confident with money. You avoid budgets. You avoid looking at the numbers. You avoid planning. You avoid asking for what you are worth. Confidence without permission is when you face the numbers and you steward what you have. Stewardship builds confidence. I repeat, stewardship builds confidence. We've done this in one of the previous videos, so go back and watch it. Now, let's look at visibility and purpose room. Maybe you feel called to speak, to coach, to lead, to build a business, to serve, to create, to write, to teach. But you keep waiting to feel ready. Confidence without permission is when you start small, but you start small. Size does not matter. What matters is that you start. One post, one life, one room, one conversation, one client, one step. Start small, but you start. The truth about feelings. Feelings. Let's talk about feelings. Feelings are real. Let's acknowledge that. Feelings are real. But they are not always reliable leaders. Feelings are real, but they are not always reliable leaders. So you can't allow your feeling to lead you. If you only move when you feel confident, you are giving your feelings authority over your destiny. And I want you to say this gently. Sometimes you will feel fear, but you still have faith. Sometimes you will feel nervous, but you still have capacity. Sometimes you will feel unready, but you are still called. So, the question is not, do I feel ready? The question is, what does obedience look like today? What does stewardship look like today? What does alignment look like today? In this channel, in this room, we don't just talk, we implement. So this is your action for this week. Now, here is your action for the week. I want you to pick one visibility action. I'll give you a list that you can choose from, or you can add and pick one visibility action. Choose one. Post something that reflects your message or your expertise. Call someone you have been avoiding calling. Ask for that referral. Ask for the referral. Apply for the role. Pitch yourself. Send the proposal. Introduce yourself in the room. Follow up with the person you have been watching silently. Pick one. Choose one visibility action. And here is your KPI. You know me, we always have a KPI because we have to measure, we have to track what we're doing. Here is the KPI for the week. I want you to pick 2 visibility actions this week. I don't want you to pick 10, not 50. 2. You know me, I like to keep it simple. If you can pick 2 and you do it, that's amazing, because we are building evidence. We are building momentum. We are building confidence by action. So choose your 2 actions right now. I want you to write it down. I'm waiting. Done? Good. Say it out loud if you can. My first visibility action is. My second visibility action is. Have you written it down? Good. Here is a practical mini plan to make it happen. I always like to make, help anyone listening to actually make whatever action you've taken to do happen. Here's a simple plan. Step 1, decide your 2 visibility actions today. Step 2, schedule them. Put them in your calendar. You know me, I always say, if you don't write it down, if you don't plan for it, if you don't schedule it, it's just a wish. If it's not scheduled, fear will reschedule it for you. Step 3, Let us lower the bar. Lower the bar. Make it doable. Let's not be overly ambitious. Make it doable. A post does not have to be perfect. A call does not have to be long. An application does not have to be your final masterpiece. Keep it simple. It doesn't have to be perfect. Make it doable. Step 4, do the 10-second push. Countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. Countdown and move. Step 5, record the evidence. After you do it, write one sentence. I did it! That is proof. We like evidence. It's proof. And it shows progress. This is how identity shifts. This is how confidence grows. So in closing, let us close with this. You do not need permission. I repeat, you do not need permission to show up. You do not need permission to show up. You need a decision. Only you can decide. Remember, you are not behind. You are being built. You are not behind. You are being built. I am repeating for emphasis. And I want you to remember this line. If you don't take anything away from this video, please remember this. Confidence is built by action, not feelings. Confidence is built by action, not feelings. Now, your comment prompt for today, I'd like you to do this. What is your visibility action? Drop it in the comments. I want to read it and I want to cheer you on. I am your biggest supporter, biggest cheerleader, because I want everyone that listens to my videos to make visible progress. And if this video has helped you, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who keeps waiting to feel ready. And if you want to go even deeper and you want help building real confidence from the inside out, confidence in your voice, confidence in your calling, confidence in the rooms you are meant to enter, I would love to work with you. I said, confidence building is one of the key callings of my life. You can book a coaching session with me and we will build your confidence blueprint together with clarity, accountability, and practical steps you can actually live out. Thank you for being in the room with me today. See you in the next one.